Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Oliver Westmoreland. I am a consultant and OISC specialist at Pacific Legal Training. Today, I'm going to discuss an important and interesting matter or question. Why should you take OISC Level 1 training? Presumably, if you're the sort of person who is thinking of taking an OISC Level 1 exam. Well, I'd like to say, first of all, the OISC Level 1 exam is not that easy. The pass mark has actually been reduced. The pass mark is now 60%, been reduced from 65%. However, that still doesn't make it easy. The Level 1 syllabus covers a lot of different things. UK immigration law is large. For obvious reasons, you don't know what you're going to get asked about. The Level 1 exam is quite difficult. A lot of people fail. Now, I read recently that the pass mark is about 50%. So you've got a 50% chance of passing, other things being equal. You've got a 50% chance of failing. If you're very, very, very clever, you may be able to do all your own study, you may be able to work it all out by yourself. But I would say, I've been training Level 1 courses for a few years now. It's certainly become more difficult in the last few years than it was previously. Some of the rules have become more difficult and more complex than they were previously. Some of them are very complex and difficult. OISC always say, Level 1 work is not complicated. Immigration work is not complicated until you get to Level 2. Well, this is absolutely not the case, I can assure you. Don't ever believe that. Some of the topics and areas that you have to cover in the Level 1 course, the Level 1 syllabus, are deeply complicated, that they really test your brain. I would strongly recommend, I suppose I'm rather an interested party, but I would strongly recommend, if you're taking the Level 1 exam, I strongly recommend you take a good training course. Of course, you can take any training course provided by any provider. It's up to you entirely. I work for Pacific Legal Training. I can tell you about our courses. I can't really tell you about any other people's courses, but I can tell you about our Level 1 course, OISC Level 1 course. This is a one-day course. Now, of course, these days it's virtual. We're not doing face-to-face training anymore, not for the moment. At any rate, it's a one-day virtual course. It covers the whole of the Level 1 syllabus, which means necessarily that it's squashed in quite tightly. There's a lot of material to get through. However, we've written a handbook for the Level 1 course. The handbook has densely packed material. I think it's got 50, 60, 70 pages. Even if you don't feel that you understood and absorbed everything on the day, it's all in the handbook. Some people probably absorb things better than others, but to be fair and honest, it's a lot of material to get through in one day. Some people will do better than others, however. You can just come back the next day and the day after. You can read through the handbook, deepen your understanding, and we provide a sort of extra service. If after the course you have questions arising, questions that you want to ask about areas that you haven't thoroughly understood, you can send us those questions by email. We will answer them for you. Another thing which I think is important, in the course we go through a past exam paper, a past Level 1 exam paper. We go through it and analyse it. I think that this is very, very useful training, because this is the real thing, isn't it? The real thing that you have to cope with is the Level 1 exam. We can look at the past paper, see how it works, see what it's like. I try to give a few tips about how to deal with the paper, how to develop exam technique. This is something that can be very, very important. You could be extremely clever. If you don't have enough exam technique, you might fail. Also, in the course, we set a few impromptu questions. We're quite mean. The questions don't appear in writing. We set a few questions here and there to try and get people's brains working. I'm sure your brains are working. Get working a bit more. We do this. We really try and to be brutal in this. We test the delegates during the day of the course. It's quite a hard piece of work for one day, but as I say, that's not the end. When you've taken the course, very likely you will identify areas that you didn't thoroughly understand, which is very understandable, nothing to be ashamed of. You can send us questions afterwards by email. We will answer them by email. I would say if you properly take advantage of our level 1 course, that really should improve your chances when you take the exam. I've raised quite a few different areas here. If you have any questions about what I've just been talking about today, please email us, please contact us, ask us, we will try and provide answers for your questions. Thank you very much.